What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. RFG is back at it, and I'm here to decode the history and the true meaning of the Titans, of the Greek Titans story and theology. Okay, all throughout history. Um, I just want to start it off by saying, to fully understand what a Titan really is, you have to understand the etymology of the word Titan. And I'll be getting to that in a few minutes. But I just want to start this off by saying all Greek mythology is the plagiarization of Egyptian knowledge, of Kemetic knowledge. Okay? Our Kemetic ancestors and our indigenous ancestors across the world, they all had pieces of the universal truth of the history of this earth and the history of this solar system. Okay? So this is where the Greeks got their story of the Titans. Now, some of their information was factual, and some of their information was just a little bit off. Okay, and I'm going to be getting into that. So, like I said, just listen closely and very carefully, because it's going to be a lot of key information that you don't want to miss. So, the Titans. Right? You had Uranus and then you had Gaia. Okay, you had Uranus and you had Gaia. Uranus and Gaia are the Greek depiction of Osiris and Isis. Okay, that is Uranus and Gaia. Okay, Osiris, aka Asar, represents the underworld and also represents the constellation of Orion. Okay, Isis represents the Sirius star constellations and was originally supposed to be the goddess over the moon. Okay, so they had children. Okay, and the Greeks interpreted this as Uranus and Gaia having 12 children, which were the Titans. Okay, so let's look at the etymology of Titan right here. Jane Ellen Harrison asserts the word Titan comes from the Greek titavok, signifying white earth, clay, or gypsum, and the Titans were white clay men. Now, see what you need to understand about this right here, and Hizoid's etymology and Jane Ellen Harrison, they are reading from something called Old English. They're reading from Old English, okay? Old English is different from modern English, okay? So the Old English, and by the way, Old English is the real English. Let me repeat that. The language and the words of Old English are real English. The shit we're speaking now is complete bullshit. Okay? So the Old English definition of Titan is white earth clay or gypsum, okay? White clay men, or men covered by white clay or gypsum dust in their rituals. Now, I'm going to show you the Old English definition of white, okay? The word black can be traced back to its Proto-Indo-European origins through the word block, which meant pale, wan, colorless, or albino. In Old English, block, black, person meant fair, someone devoid of color, similar to the word blanc. That's why the Spaniards call this pale color blanco, because the true etymology of the word black means something pale, something lifeless, something colorless, something albino, okay? Something fair, something light. That is what black meant. The original definition of black meant something lighter. So guess what? The Old English definition of white means something dark. It means something dark, okay? The Zionist warlocks flipped your reality upside down. The pale color is really black and the darker color is really white. The darker color symbolizes purity and wholeness, okay? Just like the dark matter of the universe. So when you see this Old English translation of the true etymology of the word Titan, signifying white earth clay, they're talking about dark earth clay. Okay, 98, 99% of the earth, okay, and its clay, which is its soil, is dark in hue. Okay, so the true Old English definition of white is something dark in hue. So the Titans were dark clay men. Now, what is the dark clay? What is the dark clay? The dark clay is dark matter. It is neuromelanin. It is liquid carbon. The liquid carbon, okay? The liquid dark matter, which is the greatest accumulator of orgone and electromagnetic energy, okay? This is what the universe consists of. This is what most of the indigenous people across this world, okay? This is what we have inside of us. This is what the Titans, you see this dark matter, this liquid carbon, it was able to morph into whatever the Titans manipulated it to be. Whatever the Titans wished their melanin to do, it did it. So the melanin actually folded and manipulated the light photons, okay, which make up matter. The dark matter was able to manipulate the light matter. Let's see, this is how voodoo works. This is how shape-shifting works. You see, the light matter that we see is consisting of the light photon. If you manipulate the light photon, you can manipulate the neutrinos and manipulate the atoms, okay? And then you manipulate the molecules. It's a chain reaction of manipulation. And it starts with the manipulation of the light photon. And the only thing that can truly manipulate the light photon is the dark matter. Liquid carbon. Okay? Okay? This is why the Zionist warlocks are obsessed with crystals, and they are obsessed with kidnapping indigenous people and stealing their organs and stealing their liquid carbon, stealing their neuromelanin. Okay? So the Titans were beings who were able to use 100% of their brains. They had 13 strands of DNA that were fully active, and they were able to fully tap into all aspects of the dark matter inside of them and the dark matter outside of them. They were able to manipulate the dark matter inside of them and the dark matter outside of them. Okay, you see this right here? This is organized chaos. This is organized chaos. This is a photograph of neuromelanin on an atomic level. On an atomic level. This is neuromelanin on an atomic level, folks. This right here is neuromelanin on a molecular level. This is neuromelanin cells outside of a regular blood cell. This is on a molecular level, on a cellular and a molecular level. This right here is on an atomic level. And this is organized chaos. What is this universe? This universe is organized chaos. Okay? So we have this inside of us, this organized chaos. So did the Titans. Okay? And you see, the etymology of the word Titan means white clay, which is dark clay. They're talking about the dark clay, okay, which is the melanin, which is the liquid melanin, okay? It's clay, ladies and gentlemen, clay is something you can mold. Clay is something you can mold and transform until you want it, until it becomes something that you want it to be. Okay? Clay is something that transforms. It's a substance that transforms. So this melanin is liquid with carbon, which means it can transform. It can be molded into whatever your mind wants it to be. This is what the Titans were able to do. They were able to use their dark clay, their melanin, their liquid carbon to manipulate the light photons that their body consisted of, and they were able to shapeshift, because when they manipulated their light photons, that manipulated the neutrinos, which manipulated the structures of the atoms, which manipulated the structures of their molecules, okay? And when their molecules structures changed, that's when their image, their outwardly image changed, okay? So they were able to morph into certain animals. They were able to morph into certain inanimate objects like certain rocks, boulders, and crystals. You see, this is how Hollywood gets the idea of Transformers, because the Decepticons and the Autobots were nothing but the Titans versus the Olympians. It was the Titans versus the Olympians, and that's how they got the idea for Autobots versus Decepticons. Okay? The shape-shifting gods. You see? And Megatron's cube was really Metatron's cube, and Metatron's cube is really a light photon. You see? And these gods manipulated the light photon by manipulating their dark clay, their liquid clay, which was the liquid carbon, which was the liquid neuromelanin. Okay? This is why the etymology of Titan, once again, white clay men, really means dark clay men, according to Old English. Okay? Alright? And this is proof that our ancestors were able to shapeshift. Okay? And when you look at the story, the Kemetic story of creation, that is none other than the story of the Titans. Alright? Okay? Right here. Anubis. Anubis is the Greek god Cerberus. The Greek deity known as Cerberus, who was the pet of Hades. But see, the Greeks misinterpreted that, because Anubis was the son of Osiris. The Greeks just saw Anubis as a pet of Osiris, or a pet of Hades. Okay? Right here, you have the Greek depiction of a minotaur. The minotaur was really the Kemetic god Apis. The minotaur was really the Kemetic god Apis. Okay? Right here. You see this? This is a centaur. This is a centaur that was carved into hieroglyphic walls in Egypt. Okay? Showing you that the gods were able to manipulate their light photons with their carbon and manipulate their atoms, okay, to give them the appearance of a completely different creature, a completely different being. Okay? And then later on down the line, when humans started to devolve and humans started to lose knowledge, we lost knowledge of how to shapeshift, and so we started genetic splicing. After we lost the knowledge and the ability to shapeshift. You see, because right here, the Greeks got the idea of the centaur, the half man, half horse, from the Kemetic hieroglyphic walls. Okay? Let's keep going. The Greek depiction of Hydra. The Greek depiction of Hydra is nothing but the Kemetic knowledge of the serpent Apep. The Greek depiction of the serpent Hydra is nothing but the Egyptian depiction of the Kemetic god, the Kemetic serpent Apep. Okay? The Greek Hydra is the Kemetic Apep. Right here. the original Pegasus, like deity, like creature, was found, okay, in Ethiopia. The original Pegasus-like creature came into existence in Ethiopia. Go do the research, okay? Right here, the original Neptune, or Poseidon, okay? The original deity over the oceans, right here is Nephthys. Nephthys was the original goddess, okay, that ruled over the earth's oceans. She is the original Poseidon, the original Neptune, okay? And of course, in EP, just like Neptune, in EP, Neptune, okay, the Greeks and the Romans got that straight out of Kemet, okay? Hades, the Titan Hades is nothing but the Greek god, the Kemetic god Osiris. Okay, I broke this down in a video not too long ago. Okay, right here, Zeus. Zeus is the god, the Kemetic god Amun-Ra. Okay, this is why you say amen after your prayers, because you're praying to Amun-Ra. Okay, the wannabe god, the jealous god that only wants a certain group of people to pray to him and him only, and wants humanity divided instead of united. You see, this is a low vibrational deity. This is a low vibrational god. Okay, and his father was Set. Okay, the jealous god. Okay, these Set and Amun-Ra are the jealous gods over the Bible, and yes, they are part of the Titans. Okay, so this story of the Titans basically went down when the Earth and the Sun were casted out of the Sirius star constellation. All right, the Sun, or no, I should just say Earth used to be Tiamat, and Tiamat used to be part of the Sirius star constellation. Okay, Tiamat, Venus, Mars, okay, and all those planets used to orbit around the Sirius star constellation. Okay, and that's when they orbited around the planet Saturn. The planet Saturn used to be Sirius D. It used to be the fourth star of Sirius. Okay, and Tiamat and Saturn and the rest of the planets were casted out of the Sirius star constellation, and they fell into the orbit of the Sun. And when the planets fell into the orbit of the Sun, okay, that is when there was a battle that ensued between Zeus and the Titans. Okay, between Zeus, Kronos, and the Titans. All right, and they were battling over whether or not humans had the rights to achieve godhood or not. Okay, so you guys can read the whole synopsis yourselves of what took place. You know what I'm saying? When Tiamat was hit by Maldek. Okay, but I think here they call it Marduk. They call the planet Marduk, I believe. Okay, when Marduk hit Tiamat, the remains of Tiamat, okay, became Earth, and the broken pieces of Tiamat and Maldek became the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Okay. Okay, so they're saying Maldek or Marduk was really Nibiru. Okay, and this is when the so-called Clash of the Titans took place. Okay, during the same time. All right. Now, a particular individual who actually had DNA, the remaining DNA of the Titans running in her blood, was Henrietta Lacks. Okay, Henrietta Lacks was a living god, was a living immortal god. Okay, and because of her lifestyle and I believe her poor diet, um, she grew a tumor inside of her body, and she got it checked at the hospital, and the doctors noticed that the tumor had blood cells that were completely immortal. Okay, so I definitely believe that Henrietta Lacks was murdered by the government so they could steal her organs, and study her DNA, keep her DNA frozen in labs so they can keep studying it, and keep doing experiments on it. And I even heard that NASA uses, her DNA on their goddamn space shuttles in order for them to leave the electromagnetic Van Allen belt. Okay? In order for NASA and other space agencies to leave the electromagnetic belt around the Earth, um, their shuttles have to be coated with her liquid carbon. Okay? Because this individual basically, I read her story, and she basically just had, she had a straight bloodline lineage to the immortal Titans. Okay, and you can read up on this yourself. Henrietta Lacks, the immortal woman. Okay, and this is going back to the Titan theology. Right here. Kronos used his weapon of choice, which was the sickle, so he could kill his father, Uranus. Gaia made the sickle for Kronos so he could kill him and take over. Now, get this. Gaia made the sickle for Kronos so he could overthrow Uranus. Okay? So this is the Greek depiction of what took place, um, when Set and Osiris were doing battle and Osiris was put to death. Okay, this is the Greek depiction. Now, if this Greek depiction is correct, that means that the goddess Isis gave Set the weapon to kill her own husband. And honestly, I don't believe that. I believe it was the goddess Hathor, okay, who convinced Set to go ahead and kill his brother Osiris. Okay, Isis then resurrected Osiris. Okay, but it gets deeper, folks. It gets so much deeper. Zeus, you see, Zeus was not born with the power of electrokinesis. Let me repeat that. Zeus, aka Amun Ra, was not born with the power of electrokinesis. Zeus did not always have his lightning bolt, his thunderbolts. You know what I'm saying? He was given he was given those abilities as a gift from these deities known as the Cyclopses. Okay, the Cyclopses, after Zeus freed the Cyclopses from their prisons, the Cyclopses gave Zeus his thunderbolts. Okay, his power of electrokinesis. Okay, and for you to fully understand how the Cyclopses were able to do this, you have to understand what a Cyclops is. Okay, so let's understand what a Cyclops really is, and also the Cyclopses gave You see, the Cyclopses gave they gave Osiris his helmet. You see, they gave Hades his helmet, which is really Osiris. You see, so the Cyclopses were kind of like oracles. They were kind of like oracles that would help a melanated deity. Okay, basically a deed for a deed. Okay, with the Titans. Now, we have to fully understand what a Cyclops is. We have to know the etymology of the word Cyclops. All right. In Greek mythology, a giant with one eye, circular, and in the middle of the forehead. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what this is pertaining to the third eye. This is pertaining to the spiral. You see, your third eye, your pineal gland, is a vortex. It's a magnetic vortex of orgone and magnetic energy. Okay? That is what your third eye, your pineal gland is. So how can we prove this? Cyclops. What other word has the same prefix? Cyclone. Cyclone. A cyclone. A cyclone. Okay? Like a hurricane. Like a tornado. What is a hurricane and a tornado? It is a vortex. It is a magnetic vortex. It is an energy vortex, just like our pineal gland. Our pineal gland is an energy vortex, just like the cyclone. You see? That's why they called this creature the Cyclops, because it didn't even have to use its two eyes. It only used its third eye, its real eye, its pineal gland. So the Cyclopses were beings that had super hyperactive pineal glands, and they were able to communicate to other deities in different dimensions, and they were able to apparate and to jump from dimension to dimension. Okay? This is why in the movie The Wizard of Oz, what was the method that the girl and the lion and the Tin Man, how did they leave their home? How did they go far away from their home? They entered a portal. What portal did they enter? The tornado, and the tornado was the Cyclops. You see, it's telling you something, that these vortexes across the world are actually interdimensional portals. They're actually interdimensional portals. You see, the Cyclopses had hyperfunctional pineal glands. They were able to go to and from different dimensions and give different deities, different dimensional powers. Okay, different abilities. Right here, Cyclops, Cyclone. They were only able to use one eye, their third eye, which was hyper functional. Right here is a cyclone, you see, which is a magnetic vortex, just like the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a magnetic vortex, okay, that manipulates light. You see, it's a magnetic vortex that manipulates light. And this is what the Cyclopses were able to do. They were able to tap into the higher realms, harness that energy, and bring that energy from the higher realms here to this lower third dimensional realm. This is how they were able to give Zeus his power of electrokinesis. Okay? Zeus was not born with that power. He was given that power by the Cyclopses, the individuals with hyperfunctional, hyperactive pineal glands. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this tell us? Shit, this tells us that Zeus really didn't even have a fucking hyperactive pineal gland his damn self. You know what I'm saying? because there's levels there. You got to understand, there's levels to power. There's levels to being able to know how to manipulate melanin. There's levels to that. Okay, there's levels to alchemy. There's levels to dark magic. Okay, this right here, what the Cyclopses did for Zeus, was the ultimate form of dark magic and dark alchemy, fool. You know what I'm saying? This is what we have to, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only way we're going to be able to tap into true immortality. This is the only way. Okay? And this is also where they got the idea for the Titan Stratos. Stratos. This was the Titan that was the damn tornado. This was the Titan that was the tornado. You see? You see? And that's the whole Cyclops theology. The pineal gland, the third eye. They're only able to use one eye, because you see, these two eyes are dealing with the light photons, the realm of the light photons, the fucking illusion. We're not this body. We are a vibration. We are an energy, a form of energy that's giving off a vibrational frequency. That's what we are. And we can fully see that vibrational frequency through the third eye, not through the light photons. The photons are just magnetic fields that are giving light the illusion of matter. Okay? Okay? The Cyclops, okay, is really the cyclone. The Cyclopses had hyperactive cyclones in their head, which was their pineal glands. Okay? Right here it says Zeus, when Zeus got the power of electrokinesis from the Cyclopses, he was able to overthrow his father Kronos. You see? You see? Zeus overthrew Kronos because he was given the power of electrokinesis from the Cyclopses. You see? Now, Zeus overthrew his father Kronos, but he didn't kill his father Kronos. They still rule side by side. These are the gods of your Bible. These are the two gods of your Bible. You see? And this is the mother of so-called Zeus, Rhea. Okay, and this is how we, melanated beings, okay, like I said, the dark clay, the true definition of white really means dark, and the true definition of black really means pale. Okay, so the dark clay men, all the dark clay beings, all of the dark clay beings that are listening to this is how we are going to get back to Titan mode. We have to strengthen the bonds of our hydrogen bonds of our DNA. We have to strengthen the hydrogen bonds in our DNA. We have to repair our DNA. Okay? Because what scientists are calling the junk DNA is really our jump DNA. It's what we're going to use to jump from 3D to 5D frequency. Okay? And go straight to Titanhood. Okay? Because the Titans, I'm not even going to say Godhood anymore, because the Titans are greater than the gods. Yes, it's a hierarchy. Yes, there's levels to this. So you repair your hydrogen bonds by consuming natural artesian water and getting consistent sunlight daily. Also, we need to be spending time outside at night in order for us to receive that cosmic radiation. We need to be receiving cosmic radiation from the dark matter of the cosmos and the stars. Okay? This is what's going to help repair the hydrogen bonds in our DNA. Also, of course, you know what I'm saying, alkaline fruits and vegetables. Okay? Also, dropping all artificial foods from our so-called diet and stopping the consumption of blood foods. Okay? So right here, if you think, like I said, once again, if you think this is bullshit, there are certain people that are out and about and are living today that actually have the remaining pieces of the God's genetics inside of them. Okay? Some people may have it in the form of intuition or superior intelligence. Other people might receive it in the form of their physical bodies. Okay, their athletic abilities and their physical bodies. There's certain people who, okay, grow in between 8 and 10 feet tall. That means that they picked up a piece of the genome of the Anunnaki, the original Anunnaki, the original Elohim, the original Titans. Okay? Proof all over the world. Giant skeletons being found everywhere. Okay? There's also a video of a former NASA worker saying that he witnessed extremely tall, dark beings getting out of a UFO craft. Extremely tall, dark, melanated beings getting out of a UFO craft. And what that space agency worker, okay, was seeing, he was seeing the original gods, okay, from Nyan Tolo. Okay, he was witnessing the real Titans from Nyan Tolo, planet that orbits Sirius C. Potolo is Sirius B, Sigitolo is Sirius A, Imiyatolo is Sirius C, Nyan Tolo is the planet that orbits Sirius C. This is the true home of the gods and the true origin of human genetics. All right? Okay? So this is my breakdown of the true history and the true meaning of these Titans. Okay? They did exist. Okay, they did have physical bodies. Just my personal belief, I believe some of them do still have physical bodies, but do not live in this earthly realm anymore. Okay? Because they're operating on a completely different frequency, and they gave us the power. You see, that's what these Titans were fighting over. These Titans were fighting over their ability to give humans godlike abilities. You see, and Osiris, aka Asar, he gave his portion of humans godlike abilities, okay, which was neuromelanin, okay, which was right here, neuromelanin, okay, which is a primordial substance straight from the cosmos, straight from the Titans themselves. Okay? So the only people who are going to change the world that we live in today and make things right the way they're supposed to be, it's up to us, folks. It's up to us, folks, period. No magical man is going to come out of the sky and set things straight. It's not going to happen. Okay? Asar and, some other Titans gave us the power to be the guardians over this earth, to be the guardians over this solar system. And there is a virus on this earth right now. The reason there is a virus on this earth right now is because the jealous gods, Amun-Ra, aka Zeus, and Set, aka Kronos, they created beings with calcified pineal glands. And these beings with calcified pineal glands are destroying the earth and destroying nature. Okay? And they're destroying the children of the Titans. You see, that is what's going on right now. And we are the only people who can take this world back and bring things back into balance. Okay? End of story. So that's really all I had to say on that information. If you guys want to check out my opinion and my breakdown of the Trump impeachment, you can go check that out on my Patreon account. The Patreon link is in the description. My next videos on Patreon are going to be Iron Sky Decoded and Black Mirror Decoded. Iron Sky and Black Mirror Decoded. Okay, I decoded the Dark Crystal. Yeah, I decoded the Dark Crystal and the Donald Trump situation. So if you want to check that out, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to the Patreon. I appreciate all the supporters out there. It's really all I had to say. I appreciate everyone to the fullest extent. Please like and share this video. It's the Chosen One Man. I'm out.